Welcome to a brand new episode of the Post Game. I'm your host, Davion. I'm joined by Will
Yo,
and Omega.
going on, man?
And today we are back recording another episode of the Post Game. Today we're going to be talking about the Charlotte Hornets. About the week and a half ago, we did a video on the Hornets, and it didn't really go well. We've said that the Hornets were going to be bad for a long time. Granted, it's still early; they haven't done anything drastic. But since the trade deadline, I think the Hornets have gone 5-1,
That's
and their
right.
team is starting to gel. Will, you being our residential Panthers fan, geez, Hornets fan, what are you seeing? What's going on right now?
Hey, we're making a run. I mean, we won 4 games in a row. Like PJ Washington left, and he won 4 games in a row for the Mavs, and he was like, "This is the first time I've ever won 4 games in a row." Meanwhile, the Hornets are reeling them off. So, and I mean, I've been riding the Hornets money line, the hottest bet in sports right now. It's been a rake, cash cows. Like, I mean, I'd say keep riding the Hornets. They got the Bucks at home, like in a couple nights, so. I'm loving what I'm seeing. I like the role players we picked up at the deadline. I'll admit that I was definitely skeptical, like y'all were, and um, I guess they're just gelling. I mean, we got some hometown guys back in
Yeah.
Charlotte, so they're playing very well.
So I'll say this. I don't know how I want to start. So first, I'm gonna give my praise. Yes, they have been playing really well. I did not expect this whatsoever to come. But I think there's still a level of immaturity. Like that game at Golden State the other night, like with Grant Williams at the end, like what are y'all doing? Like just if they want to shoot the ball, let them shoot the ball. But regardless of that, Hornets are still I think 7 games. No, they're 10 games back of 10th right now of the Atlanta Hawks in the 10th spot. Granted, Atlanta, in my opinion, aren't a good team. The Bulls, in my opinion, aren't a good team, and they could potentially catch up. There's 30 games left, if I'm not mistaken, 40, something like that.
Around
No,
around
it's not
30.
So they're about 30 something. Oh, yeah,
yeah, probably low 30s.
yeah. So I mean, we got about 30 games left. Do we think the Hornets could catch up? Do we think the Hornets can slip into the play?
It would be a miracle.
If they do, I'm going to a playoff game. If they make it to the playoffs, if they make the play in and they win those 2 games, then I go to a playoff game.
I went to the playing game in Atlanta. I think it was about 2 years ago. I drove down from Columbia and we got waxed. That was terrible.
So fun fact, I have never been to a Hornets game. I've been there for like 12 years, never been to one.
Neither.
You haven't either?
Been to a Bobcats game when I was younger, but
Yeah, yeah, but
I'm a
Yeah, I
I'm
mean
a, I'm a Bron guy, man, and
there's been no reason to go to them. I mean, I've been to about 4 or 5 games this year, just like cheap tickets, gone and just had fun, like on a weekend, and it's like, I mean, they're fun to go to, bet on, but usually I'm betting on the other team, unfortunately.
Hey,
Yeah,
listen, so let's fast forward a little bit. We look at the Hornets. They are a team that you may tank a little bit for your boy Cooper Flag next season. Maybe you'll get a lottery pick. Do you think the Hornets, we asked this question last time and I got lit up. I'm gonna ask you again. Do we think the Hornets have a road or a path, I guess, with a rebuild? Like, do they look like their rebuild is starting to catch on?
I think these guys that we brought in, these young guys. I mean, kind of some young guys like Trey Mann, and I guess Seth Curry's not too young now, but he's a good piece, a good shooter. We got Grant Williams. I mean, there's another one I'm forgetting right now, but we got Brandon Miller, Mark Williams.
Yeah.
We got some good young talent on the team. Obviously, LaMelo Ball, our superstar. I mean, I think once we get all the guys back next year, we'll be hopefully a better team. It's just the injuries that killed us. I mean,
Yeah.
we just gotta hope Mark Williams stays healthy. I think he's got potential to be, in my
that
opinion, an
Dookie.
all-star.
That Dookie.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like him a lot. I like when he got drafted. I mean, he's a big as long as he can play his role, and if he can be a dominant force as a big, he'll be fine. But if he doesn't, and he turns into a soft big, it's not going to be helpful.
You know what's crazy? Every time I think about the Hornets, bro,
What's that?
they were one pick away from Wembanyama, bro.
Yeah,
And Anthony Davis.
That's crazy.
and they traded Kobe.
And I'm pretty sure we've been one. I think we were one pick away from Shaq as well.
Oh yeah, like that. It was another person too. I forgot who it was, but yeah.
So
Unlucky's franchise.
let's look at their schedule a little bit. So just gonna glance at it. They got the Celtics twice. They have the Sixers, who I think they can beat. They have the Grizzlies, who they should beat. The Pistons, who they should beat. The Raptors, potential they should beat. The Wizards, they should beat. That's a couple of wins right there. You got the Bucks twice. You got the Cavaliers. You got them 3 times. Ooh. The Warriors
Smack.
once. You got the Magic a bunch, the Mavs, the Thunders. I mean, there's that Hawks are in there as well. I mean, there's a lot of games. Some comp is in here, but there's also at least 10 games just looking that, should be wins, So, I mean, there is potential. There's a possibility that this could happen, that they could squeak into the play-in. But I'd be very intrigued to see if they make it. I don't think so. I think they wait with the injuries, and I think they waited too long to really get those trades over the line. Maybe getting that trade early. I don't know. A lot of teams wait till the deadline to start moving players, but it's like, bro, if y'all suck now, then move your players. What are y'all doing? But I'm not a GM, so I couldn't really say much about it. You know, this team to me is still 3 years out from being relevant in NBA. And that still depends on what the draft the draft looks like. Granted, there's not many unless you get like a top 5 pick in the draft that is going to be helpful for your team off rip.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I think, if we can string together some wins here at the end of the season, put us in a good position to go into the off season, we'll probably, if we don't make a push, like we just kind of, maybe win 50% of the games, we probably still end up with a top 5 pick.
yeah.
And at least we're not like the Panthers where we traded away the first round picks. We're gonna get a good player. Hopefully Dalton Connect from Tennessee or somebody, good like
Hey,
that.
that's
It'll be yeah.
that's nice.
It'll be another piece, and then hopefully just another piece to the puzzle. Maybe we can, make a play-in or playoff spot next year. I think it's not out of the picture.
Is LaMelo a Hornet for lifer? He's gonna be here for the rest of his
Yeah,
life.
He found that big extension.
Yeah.
No,
that's right. They gave him the super max, so he got as much money as he could get. I mean, we could give him more money than any other team, and that worked to our advantage. So
Yeah.
I'm just glad he stayed. Honestly, if he would have left, I mean, we would have no hope whatsoever. So.
But here's my thing: when I look at LaMelo, and this might sound like some hate, but I'm not hating. I promise. I don't see him to being as successful on any other team. Like
Okay.
I feel like he's Trae Young in Atlanta. Like he can't
Yeah.
go
Yeah,
to
I see
another
what you're
team and
saying.
be successful. Personally,
Yeah, with other superstars and people shooting the ball, I think he would definitely he'd probably turn into more of a passer, and I think he'd still, if he had another superstar on the team, like maybe if Brandon Miller develops and he could
Right.
average like 10 assists and
Oh yeah,
turn into a
for sure.
real point guard.
And I think if the development of Brandon Miller is good for your future, then you'll be fine because Brandon Miller is a guy that you really drafted in light of trying to be that dominant 3. Like we're seeing that 3, which is a shooting, what is it, whatever,
I think
Small
he
forward.
small forward is like KD, like
Yeah,
LeBron. It's like that's the position that you want one of your stars to be. And so I
that's right.
think if he can develop into that, I mean that's what they want. That's what you look.
if they get a good big man, bro, like a good big man, it'll
Yeah.
be all
Mark
right.
Williams is that dude. I
I
think
think
Mark
he's that
Williams could
too.
be.
I
I
just
think
can't give praise to Dookie, bro.
yeah, I know you got that mental block.
You see what I'm
I am
saying?
with the Panthers, man. Like bunch of bums. Simple.
Yeah.
Chill, Chill out.
I like the Hornets. I don't think this. Maybe this is a hot take, but I like the Hornets' future way better than the Panthers right now.
That's facts, bro. But
Just because the Panthers don't have a first round pick. I mean, Bryce Young's definitely a good piece, but I think LaMelo is a bigger superstar than anybody on the Panthers.
nah,
I would
that's fact.
argue. I'd argue that I like the Panthers' potential more than the Hornets. So when we look at the potential, we're talking about like
Got
playoffs.
back home.
No,
Yeah,
I mean, I don't see I don't see the Panthers
yeah.
making the playoffs next year.
Yeah, no. I don't either. Granted, I don't think the Saints will either. I'm a Saints fan. Like I think we're
Yeah.
cooked for a while. Um, but anyway,
I
there's also
think the
another
Saints are in
young
a
boy,
better.
Nick
Yeah, we're
Richards.
getting off topic.
Yeah, I'm gonna start crying in here because my Saints suck so much. But Nick Richards, man, he dropped 21 points, 10 rebounds tonight. In the in the Hornets, they beat the Trailblazers. This was yesterday.
Yeah,
This kid, he's also been, he's came around that now when the LaMelo's been out. So there's a lot of pieces. You just have to make sure you develop these pieces in the right direction. Michael Jordan's gone. So hopefully all the bad juju is gone, but have to wait and see.
I mean, think about this lineup that we got. Like, if a possible lineup, if we can get a Dalton Connect, we'd have LaMelo at point guard. Who would be the shooting guard? I guess Connect would be the shooting guard. Then we'd have
Mm,
Brandon Miller at small forward. Then maybe Grant Williams power forward and Mark
I'll
Williams at
do.
center.
yeah.
I like my. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Miles Bridges. He'd be at the power forward, and then Grant Williams coming off the bench.
That's a
So
decent work. So,
You got the roster. It's just a matter of how do you develop. Do you get that pick in the draft?
they're also young, bro.
Yeah, they are.
yeah,
Are they one of the youngest teams in NBA?
Yes,
Gotta
they
be.
have.
Gotta be, right?
gotta be. Yeah,
They don't have any vets on their team or nothing.
Except
yeah. We
Grant
traded
Williams.
away all the vets. I mean, Gordon Hayward's gone. I'm so happy about that. That's probably why we're doing so
Gordon
good.
Hayward robbed the Hornets, bro. I ain't
Yeah,
gonna.
Oh, he came here, sat down, and did nothing.
I can't believe after the Nick Batum contract, we went and overpaid
Yeah,
an
that's
old
crazy.
vet small forward again. I mean, it's just so. I mean, if we do that again, I might have to look for a new team. Nah, I'm a loyal Hornets guy, but it's been a rough
Yeah.
2 decades.
So, the Hornets rank top 10 in it when it comes to ages. Their squad is an average age of 25. So they are seventh on the list. Spurs sit at 23 and a half. Jeez.
In May, I mean, is that post trade deadline?
Nope. This is not even post trade deadline. Huh.
Because we definitely got younger with Hayward and Rozier
Yeah.
leaving.
They added Trey Man,
Some young guys.
20
Williams.
now
What?
it's 24, 24. Yeah. Let me see.
Still about the same.
Yeah. Anyway, well, listen, Hornets people, listen, let us know how you feel. I know we got you guys mad last week. We apologize. Well, actually, let me retract that. I don't care how you feel. I don't. I just don't. Those comments make me laugh. And so leave more because I'm just gonna start sending them in the group chat so everybody else can feel the pain that I have to read. But Omega, will appreciate y'all for joining. Any final thoughts y'all have on the Hornets?
Hey, hang in there, Hornets fans. We're gonna be good eventually. We can't be bad forever. Hang in there.
Yeah, well, good. Omega, give me a keep pounding.
Keep pounding, motherfuckers.
I've been your host, Davion. That's been Will. That's been Omega. And this has been the post game. Peace. Oh.